Hello, hello, welcome back. And today we're talking about credit scores. Like we can call it Credit Scores 101, which I don't like because it sounds like school, but just how to get an 800 and know how your credit score works. So we'll just start at the basic level, but this is good for everyone because I thought I knew about credit scores, and today I learned a whole bunch of new things about it. So I want to share that with you guys because your credit score is so important, okay? I know a lot of you might be like Dave Ramsey, like supporters or watchers, and that is absolutely great if you're at that stage in life. Like if you can't control yourself with a credit card, yes, cut it up. Get rid of the things that, are temptations for you. And there are other places of that in my life which I have to like cut off, but fortunately credit cards are not one of them. So I can move on to the next level with that. And that's what I'm here to help you guys with if you want to know how to manage your credit card. So there's like 4 things that you must know about your credit score. And we're going to do a little deep dive into these very quickly. And the reason I'm knowing about all of this is because I opened my technically my second personal credit card today. And I wanted to open it because I have a good credit card. But the thing is, what happens if like your card gets hacked or, I don't know, doesn't work? It's always good to have a backup. So I set a date, an appointment, and I was already pre-approved for this credit card. And so I went and got it, and I wanted to learn all about how you can check your credit score, which on the Chase app, you can actually check your credit score without it dinging your credit, which I did not know. So if you guys have that, then that is really nice. It's really fun to go through. But yes, how do you get your credit score up? Let's start at the very basics first. You want to avoid getting your credit hit. And what do I mean by that? It's when anybody checks your credit score. So if you apply for a credit card, your credit gets hit. And that really damages your credit. Or if you're like buying a house, your credit will get hit. But what is really damaging is if you're applying for a credit card and you don't get it. And so you have that credit hit and you don't have the credit card afterwards. That is really bad. So don't be doing that. And so the lady who I was working with, she was saying that, you are not like all of your peers, because a lot of your peers, they have like 15 credit hits. And they don't even realize like what they're doing, because like all these credit card companies will send them like, hey, get your credit card, or they'll go to Victoria's Secret and like get offered the credit card and they'll get it. And they always make it seem like this really like easy, nonchalant thing, but to like get a credit card with these companies, or like Kohl's or Dillard's or whatever. But it dings your credit score, okay? It is not a good thing to do. So do not do all of that. So they get their credit dinged like a whole bunch of times doing that. And then they are getting like a car loan or this or that loan, student loan, whatever. And well, I don't know about student loans, but I know for like car loans and stuff, your credit gets dinged again. And so now your credit score getting hit, all of those times where they check it, that stays for 2 years. I did not know that. And so you don't want to be doing that, because otherwise you're affecting yourself for like 2 years down the road. And I know 2 years might not seem like a long time, but when you're trying to get your credit score up and be able to do things, that can like seem like it takes ages. So yeah, really avoid doing that. The lady who I was working with, she was saying that yeah, when I was like 18, I got offered a Victoria's Secret credit card. So she was like, so I took it and I went back home, and my parents had this huge big talk with me about like, what did you do? And she was like, and I was like freaking out, like, what in the world did I do? And so she was like, so we had the talk and then I knew. But yeah, I think parents just aren't having that talk with their kids. So if you have kids, make sure you have this talk with them beforehand. And yeah, and if you're going to have kids, remember this. This is one of the things you want to talk to them about, which is why I'm making this video. But yeah, avoid getting your credit score, avoid getting your credit getting hit. And Okay. So there's 4 things that are the main things I said I'd tell you guys about. So to get your credit score up, you need to pay your accounts in full every time. No excuses. You have to do that. No keeping things on interest. I mean, you can if you want. Of course, you don't have to follow all of this, obviously. But if you want your credit score to get up, pay in full at the end of every month. And that is the main thing, okay? That is like super hammered. So pay each of your accounts in full. Number 2, use less than 1/3 of your credit limit. So say you have $10,000 as your credit limit. Don't use more than $3,000 of that, okay? And really be stringent about that. Number 3, keep your accounts open and pay on time. So that means once you open a credit line, it's like a credit card, don't close the credit card. Keep it open. Even if you decide not to use it anymore, keep it open. And pay on time. And number 4, don't get your credit hit, like we just explained about. And what's really nice about credit cards is they give you like rebates, like usually like 1% on all your purchases. So it almost like makes more sense to use it than cash sometimes, because now you're like making extra money while doing that. Now that does not mean spend more just to get that 1%, because that's dumb, but it is a nice little perk. And if you want to see your credit score, like say on the Chase app or whatever, the credit bureaus check the credit at the mid and end of the month, around there. So like right now, my credit score was a little bit lower because it's at the first of the month, and they haven't seen that I paid my credit card bill of last month yet. So the whole credit report thing is saying, pay this bill. And I'm like, I already did. And the lady was like, yeah, I know you already did, because, you know, I pay it with Chase. And they already have, you know, my account says 0 because there's nothing else on my card anymore. But say if I check my credit score a little bit later in the month, it'll show a much nicer number. I mean, it's already like nice, but it's no fun seeing it a little bit hit. But yeah, I think those are all the main points. I hope that helps you guys. And to get that 800, if you're young, it'll just take some time. The lady I was doing it with, I think she's like 30 or so. She's a young mother. And she was saying that, you know, I just got into the green of like having an 800 plus. And she's like, and I've been really good with my credit ever since I was 18 and could start working on it. So sometimes it just is a matter of time. You can be doing everything right, and it just takes a little bit of time to reach that 800 mark. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, because I was like, why am I not at 800 yet? I mean, it can be close, but it just takes a while to get there, okay? So don't freak out about it if you're doing everything right. It will happen. It just is one of those things that takes time. Yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know about that, because that was a lot of things I learned today. And yeah, if it helped you guys, write down below what was the main one that stood out for you, or that you're going to make sure to tell the young people in your life. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.